Hey guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Welcome to another video. So today we're in the shop and we're going to be swinging the channel in a different direction. And by that, I mean there's been a second gen project in the background that y'all haven't seen before. So we're going to take a break from the 2022 Mega Cab and we're going to go over the progress of the second gen build so far. It's sitting right here in front of me. We'll kind of go over the backstory of where it came from and what led to where we are today. And yeah, we'll go from there. So it's actually covered up right now. So I'm going to put y'all on a tripod and get it uncovered so we can see what this beast of a build has in store. Okay, so now that I got it uncovered, we can dive right in and take a look at it. I'm just going to do a shot straight down the frame of the truck, and then we'll do a little bit of in-depth review after this shot. And don't make fun of the tires. It is the slickest second gen build on YouTube as of right now. Literally, you can't get worse than that. Okay, so a little bit of background on the truck. I purchased this truck in June of 2022. I've been working on it for a little bit over a year. Very slow, steady process. But we are getting to the point where we are getting ready to drop the engine in. The transmission's already rebuilt. The transfer case is already rebuilt. We have the engine right here from D&J. We'll wait for another video, or I'll do another video getting an overview of the engine that I chose to put in this truck. It is a VP engine, so it's not common rail swapped. But yeah, so I bought the truck. It's an 02 6-speed, four-wheel drive, single cab Dodge 2500. And so you can tell it's an 02 because the front axle doesn't have the center axle disconnect. So that's good. And then it also is a disc brake truck. And with it being a disc brake truck, you can do a third gen brake upgrade, which has already been done to the truck. We'll do a little more detail on that. I bought it from an old farmer. It was originally a flatbed truck. I told him I do not want the flatbed, cut me a good deal. He did. And I didn't inspect the truck as well as I thought. So when I first bought the truck, it ran. It was a good running truck, rough, typical second gen, loose steering, cracked dash. I was like, okay, well, this truck can be fixed. A little bit body damage, kind of in the cab corner, but it was a ranch truck and it didn't cost me all that much. So I was like, all right, this is a good start. At least it has solid frame and everything, solid engine. We can pull it, clean it, get it built, stick it back in there, call good. And then it had a vibration in the rear drive shaft and the yoke on the axle. And come to find out, as I was replacing the U-joints, it had a cracked frame. And so what I was thinking is this flatbed that was on the truck from the rancher I bought it from had a bell spear. And what I think he did was he already had a round bell on the truck, on the flatbed, and he went to pick up another one, and it snapped right in half. Right where box channel turns into C channel, and it just snapped right along here. Complete break. The only thing that didn't break was the bottom side of the C channel. And so from there, I had to go source a new frame. And the crazy thing about this frame is that everything from a 24 valve truck, an 02, is matching up on a 9712 valve frame. Engine mounts are good. Front cross member is good. From here to your transmission cross member, back here and down here, everything measures out to be the same exact spec. These are 2000, 2002 control arms. Did have to actually drill out this bottom one because in the 12 valve frames, that's only a 14 and a 12. Well, now it's a 16 and a 14 for your control arms. So that is something you do have to drill out. Another slight difference on a 12 valve frame compared to a 24 valve frame is I do not know what this little bracket's for. If y'all can see that right there. I don't know if that is for an upper control arm of some sort, but that was another difference I have ran into on a 12 valve versus a 24 valve frame. And just to give y'all an idea, there is 24 valve frame, an 02. And if you can see this plate with those bolts right there, that's where that frame cracked, or really snapped in half. So we did away with that. All new parts going on that frame inside. So yeah, those are kind of the differences that I ran into being a 12 valve frame versus a 24 valve frame. Not too different. For the most part, everything lined up. The only other thing I had to do to it was the 02 truck came with that camper package. So it did have a rear sway bar. And you can see right here with the bracket and then the sway bar. So we had to go ahead and drill 2 new holes to add that. Other than that, everything lined up pretty much as it should. And yeah, we'll start going over the aftermarket / upgrade part. We'll start going over those parts that turn a second gen into an actually decent riding truck. So first off, I want to start that we got the King Speed shock tower deletes. So that's going to, free up the engine bay, because the plan is doing a compound setup, turbo setup, and that's just going to free up more room in the engine bay, given how big that shock tower is. And then looking below that, 3.5 inch soft ride Thurin coil springs. Also a 3rd gen style track bar from Thurin. And also the anti-sway bar up front with their link kit. So just about the best of the best you can get for suspension. And then also got a steering box brace, so we see no flex in the frame when you go to turn. Got a Borgeson extreme duty steering box on it, a Moog Pitman arm, brand new motor mounts. And then if you go to the back right here, you see that we have our Thurin high clearance control arms. So the front end is just about as nice as you can get. I went best of the best on it. I didn't want to have to redo it. Buy once, cry once. It's either that or Carly, but I'm more of a Thurin guy myself. So that's kind of the front end setup right now. It does have 4th gen steering linkage that will be put on it, but I need to put the engine and the cab on to set the springs so I can set the linkage on the front end after that the springs settle with all that weight. It also has all brand new brake lines ran, and it may be kind of hard to tell, but if we can move this tire out, it's been sitting in here quite a while. This shop sees moisture, but So we have 3rd gen disc brake conversion. So that's moving up to a bigger caliper. That's moving up to a bigger rotor. And it's just overall way better than a factory 2nd gen disc brake that you saw in the 01.5 and 02 models. So yeah, there's the brake kit upgrade. I got that from Rock Auto. They sell an entire kit. It's really for I think it's a 06 all the way to 2012. That fits these, especially since it's a 2000 2002 axle. All 3rd gen stuff seems to line up pretty well. 4th gen stuff seems to line up pretty well when it goes to steering linkage and brake setup. So moving to the fuel tank, stock fuel tank, been cleaned out. I did add a Beans diesel sump to it. It's not plumbed yet. Still waiting on getting the Fast or Air Dog. Y'all tell me which one y'all believe is better. I believe that they're just about the same. May lean towards Air Dog. And then coming to the back of the truck is, instead of going with the stock springs or leaf springs and doing like a 4-inch block underneath there, went with Carly full progression leaf pack. So it's kind of a 3rd gen setup in the rear too. Here's that part number for anyone that's interested. And so you got a full progression leaf pack, and this actually adds 2.5 inches of lift in the rear. So we're going to test these out. I don't know of anyone that's actually running this kit. So I'm curious to see how it does. It does say on the website when you buy it, it's not rated for the payload that a 2500 truck has from factory. And looking at it, it's going to be some fabrication work to add any airbags, because here's the bottom of your frame, and then that distance all the way to the axle. I don't know. I know they don't sell airbag kit meant for this setup, because on that block that you see from factory, it has a little mount right here that jets out, and then that's where your airbags can sit if you want to add it to a 2nd gen. So that'll be something to figure out, but I just want to get the truck together first and then start looking at that. But yeah, other than that, the frame is completely sandblasted and powder coated. It has a whole new wiring harness ran from right here. The frame wiring harness that runs all the way back inside in the C channel, all the way back here and down there. So that's kind of a quick overview. I did bring a little spec sheet out here. I'm gonna go over here and take a look and see if I missed anything that's important. But really, the Thurn suspension, powder coating the frame, and painting the axles is kind of the big key points away from getting this frame done and ready to set an engine in there. Also, the Borgeson Extreme Duty steering box, that's going to be nice. Hopefully take out all that loose play that you usually have in a 2nd gen. And then yeah, we'll keep it to just the frame and what's been done to the truck so far. Obviously, I have the engine already for it. I have the transmission already done for it. I have the transfer case. I have the clutch. And I have both drive shafts. So here coming up soon, we're going to get the engine set in. Only the best of the best from D&J. And I think y'all are going to really like the way the engine's set up. I did some customization to it. Did a lot of billet to it. So it's going to turn out nice. And then I already have injectors for it, and then just need to start looking at what turbo setup I want to go for it, and then if I want to do a standard output VP or do a stage side 1, because the goal of the truck is to do 700 on a NV5600 2nd gen truck, 4-wheel drive, and I haven't seen too many out there. Most of the time they're automatic, but we're going to see what we can do. And given the way the truck sits right now, we got a good start. And I'm excited to see, how it comes along. I'll be sure to post, pictures of what the truck looked like when I bought it. When I bought the truck, I didn't have any real plans of starting a YouTube channel or putting any content out there for second gen guys. And then the mega cab, and you know, kind of doing some work to that. I was like, well, you know what? Why not? And so I think that this is a good platform for other people to gain knowledge, for me to gain knowledge myself. So yeah, let me know what you want to see in the next video. I think it's going to be the engine overview. And then after that, we're going to do the engine setting in to the frame. And yeah, that's kind of the agenda. I'm going to stick on the second gen videos for a while. If you have anything that you want to see on the mega cab, let me know. We can always jump back to that. It's just sitting right here, chilling. Nothing too crazy. So yeah, if you like the build and you want to see where it goes, be sure to like, subscribe, comment what you want to see, comment any questions, and then yeah, we'll go from there, and I'll start pumping out these videos, hopefully one a week, maybe two. The editing, I'm not the best at it, but we're getting better. And so yeah, I will see you guys in the next one.